Welcome to Ink Fitness. For those who are new to the channel, my name is Anthony. I am someone who went from skinny to fit, and these videos are purely educational. So this way, if you're also someone who's on the skinnier side of things, you can take what you're learning, be consistent with them above all, and see your own results. In terms of today's video topic, there's been a lot of talk in terms of what is the ideal grams of protein that should be consumed, because there's a lot of things out there online, a lot of new research as well has come out, and I would just like to give you guys the clarity that you all deserve, so that way you can just focus on one thing, stick with it, and not have to worry about anything else, right? Worry about, am I doing things right? Am I doing things wrong? Am I going to see the most gains from doing this? Am I not going to see the most gains from doing this? Those kind of concerns, right? So let's get right into it for today. And let's first start off by speaking about my own personal preference slash opinion. This, what I'm gonna say is not, backed up by any sort of studies or whatever. Right now, what I'm gonna show with you guys in the next slide, because that has been proven and backed up by studies as of recently. But what I wanted to say in terms of my own mindset or my own ideology about getting in protein and consuming it on a day-to-day basis is that personally for me, I will always make an effort to consume 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight that I weigh. It's the mentality that I have just because I would prefer to overeat than undereat in protein. But that's just me. Um, it's not like doing the more scientific approach side of things is incorrect or any sort of complicated math or something that's just gonna confuse the hell out of you, right? And make you not want to do your fitness journey. It's actually very easy and simple math. And I'll share with you guys as well, how to do the math and figuring out how many grams of protein you should consume. Um, but since you can see under the screen here, the scientific approach or the scientific way, or what's backed up by science is what I'm trying to say, excuse me there, is that you should be consuming anywhere between zero point 0.5 to 0.7 grams per pound of body weight that you weigh in terms of protein, right? But personally, I just like the number one. I just like to round things up to the nearest whole number. Makes things easier, quote unquote. Again, not like multiplying zero point 0.7 times your body weight is any complicated type of math, but it's just a personal preference at that point. And again, I'd rather just overeat than undereat in protein. So nothing complicated. At that point, it's just a personal preference. So moving forward then, what studies have shown is that eating anywhere, much like what I just said on the last slide, eating anywhere between zero point 0.5 to 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight that you weigh is the ideal amount. So 0.5 being the lower end of the spectrum, so the bare minimum you should get, while zero point 0.7 grams is the maximum, right, that you should get in terms of protein. Anything over zero point 0.7 is just an excess of protein that you're eating, and it's not going to do anything magical, right? Anything special, quote unquote, in terms of furthering your muscle growth, your recovery, making you leaner, that sort of stuff, right? It's not going to do any of that. So, what should you do as the viewer with this info? And that's something that I had to ask myself too when I read up on this, when I researched this. What should I do with this info? And personally, for me, I'm just gonna stick to what I've been doing. It's what's been working, and it's what I'm gonna continue doing, right? Because there's no reason to change what's working, in my opinion, at least. Sure, you could change it by doing something that's a little bit more efficient, more, um, better in a sense, as long as the science is there to back it up, or as long as it feels good for you, whatever it is, or as long as you see the results you're wanting to see. But in this case, I'm just gonna stick with what I've been doing because it's just what I've been disciplined to do, or what I've taught myself to be disciplined to do, and it's just what I'm gonna keep doing on. It's just what I'm gonna keep doing because again, I'd rather just overeat on protein. It's no issue for me whatsoever. So for you as the viewer, though, you might be wondering, should I eat 1 gram or should I eat zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.7 grams? And even then, where should I eat within that spectrum? So what I will tell you is that it's up to you what you want to do, right? You can eat 1 gram worth of protein per pound of body weight. Just know that it's not going to do anything special for you. It's not going to give you extra gains or further gains or anything like that, nor will it cause you any harm at all whatsoever. It's just that there's no benefits at all from doing that. or you could just eat 0.7 grams of protein. In my opinion, if I were in your guys' shoes and you're not wanting to eat 1 gram per pound of body weight, I would eat 0.7 grams since it is the maximum spectrum or the maximum range within that range of protein that you should be consuming, right? So 0.7 grams is the max, then I'm going to be consuming 0.7 grams, right? Because I'm not going to consume the bare minimum. I want to make sure I'm being efficient with muscle growth and maximizing my muscle growth potential. So that means I will consume 0.7 grams worth of protein per pound of body weight that I weigh. So that would be my 2 cents for you guys. And just to bring it full circle one more time, if I were in your guys' shoes, and you're not wanting to eat 1 gram worth of protein per pound of body weight, then I would eat 0.7 grams worth of protein since it is the maximum within this given range. And we're all about maximizing our muscle growth and our potential to build more muscle. So there's that. So how do you do the math? In case you're someone who needs the math, like I do at times, even if it is like the most simplest thing ever, I will do it for you. I'll explain it for you, and I'll do it for you at the last bullet point here. So here we go. So first, make sure to measure your weight. So buy a scale if you haven't already. There's a bunch of cheap ones in Walmart or your nearest convenience store. Buy one, doesn't have to be anything fancy. Not like the ones that measure your body fat or anything like that. Just get a simple one. Um, you ideally want to weigh yourself first thing in the morning, just because that is the most accurate um, opportunity for you to get your weight in. Excuse me. So first thing in the morning, no food, no water in your system, and make sure to use the bathroom as well. So make sure you poo, you peep, make sure you poop, you pee, and then you'll be good to go to get your weight. Get your weight. So weigh yourself, write your weight down somewhere, whether it be on your phone or on a piece of paper. And then after you have the weight jotted down, you're going to either multiply the body weight. You know what? Let's just forget the 0.5 grams since it is the bare minimum. And we're not about the bare minimum. We're about the, you know, maximizing our potential here. So ignore 0.5 grams. So what you want to be doing is either you want to be multiplying your body weight by 0.7 grams or 1 gram, which will then give you a number that represents the total amount of protein in grams that you need to be consuming on a day-to-day basis. So the final bullet point here is, for example, personally, I weigh 220 pounds, so it would be 220 times 0.7 grams, since it is the maximum, and then that will equate to 154 grams of protein that I should be consuming on a day-to-day basis. So I hope that clears up the math for you guys, so that way you're not confused about that. And just a final point here, for those of you wondering, will just meeting my protein goal for the day be enough for gains? In case you are a newbie who is a complete beginner to all this, like, no, it's not going to be enough. Absolutely not. You need to make sure that your training and your recovery is on point as well. So if you only have one out of the three pillars of fitness dialed in, and the three pillars being training, nutrition, and recovery, then you will only make minimal results opposed to making good results if you had all three of those pillars dialed in, right? And most importantly, not only do they need to be dialed in, but you need to be consistent within all those three pillars. Otherwise, you're only going to see subpar or minimal results and not the maximum results that you could be seeing if you had all these things dialed in and were being consistent with it. So just eating protein alone will not make you gain a lot of muscle or make you gain any muscle in general. Um, but combine it with weight training and resting and recovering properly, oof, you be consistent like that in those three pillars for months on end, years on end, you're definitely going to look very different in a good way. You're going to see the results that you want to be seeing. That covers it for the video for today, though, guys. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you are someone interested in one-to-one coaching, the link for that will be down below in the description, so feel free to check that out. The next one, though, guys, take care. Much love to you all.